moving on to our technique section. We're not going to do too much fancy moves. I'm just going to keep it real basic and simple. Whether you're an older person in jiu-jitsu and want to learn some wrestling moves, or whether you're that 5-year-old that's learning it for the first time, I like to start from the ground up. Okay, so on our feet, I'm only going to show you a few different techniques, and then we'll move on to just some few techniques from bottom and from top. Okay, starting with our feet, the most basic move and the first move that you learn as a kid, most likely, is a double leg. Okay, it's the easiest thing to learn. Now, I'm going to teach that double leg from the same way I would teach it from showing our penetration steps. So we're going to start down low. Okay, my partner is just going to stand next to me here. Okay, and I'm going to start on my knees right here. Enough distance around here. Now from here, I'm going to do the same type of technique I did as I'm shooting a shot. I'm going to push and drag. Now as I push and drag, you could teach with head in the middle with your face or with your shoulder. Okay? I don't mind, I teach with my shoulder here. So now as I push and I drag, I hit this knee here. I lock around the legs. My shoulder's hitting his waist. And now this leg's here. Where you're going to find a lot with a lot of little kids and maybe even some adults is that to get them down, they want to just keep this leg here and try to push them down and drag them down here. It's really important that you talk about stepping that back leg up. So from here, I'm in that same position, and I tell them, pretend like you're a football player tackling somebody. Okay? If they're not doing it right, it's all right. Just knock them over, take them down. They'll get it. They come back the next year, they'll start to understand a little bit more. So from here, I push and drag here. Now from here, as I grab, I'm stepping up with this foot right here. And you'll notice that I'm trying to teach good examples of having my back up straight, my head's up looking into them, my foot's here on the side, and now I'm going to talk about lifting them and take them down. From here, I'm driving off this foot, and I'm going to run them over here to the mat. Okay? Pushing off that back leg and run them down to the mat. From this angle here, I'm starting down on the mat here, my knee on the mat, my foot placed here. Now from here, I'm pushing and dragging. I'm pushing and dragging, my knees hitting right down here, in between his legs. I'm wrapping here. Now from here, I'm stepping this foot up. Now from here, I'm going to look to get up to my feet here. Good strong position, butt's down, back is strong. And now I move them over to the mat. Okay? It's always fun that when you call the kids in the middle and you teach them move and you're able to take a person and throw them down. They go, whoa! And it creates a little bit of fun for them. So I'm here, starting simple, from the ground up. I found that working with little kids, 4-year-old, 5-year-old kids, starting from the ground up has been a little bit more useful than from starting up high and getting right into the move. So I'm down here, I'm pushing over here, and running them over. If I could get them to that habit of push, drive, run, it's better. Starting down here, push, drive, run, and taking them over. Okay? So that's starting from the ground up. When we start understanding it from the mat, we'll move it up to our feet. So where I'm starting here on my feet with my partner, I got to work that level change. You're going to find that kids all of a sudden when they go for that double leg, they're going to put their knee down first and then go. They'll understand it as they get going. Okay? We're going to end up learning how to lower our level without that back knee hit, but that back knee is lowered. So from here, I'm in my stagger stance. I can even have them start in their square stance, jump to your stagger. Level change, and now from here, you're going to hit that knee, you're going to push, drag, and run through them. So I'm here, and knee hits, I wrap my hands right around his knees here, back leg steps up, and now I'm here, ready to run him over. Okay. My hand position on the grabs, there's a couple different ways you can do it. One, you could wrap just at the knees right here. You could snake the legs, okay? Or you could wrap and tackle them like a football player right here, okay? So from here, I'm just cupping behind his knees, or I can even wrap, okay? Sometimes when they learn how to wrap, they learn how to reach with their hands, and that's fine too. So from this position here, square stance, staggered stance. When they move down to that staggered stance, they're level changing. Now I'm doing it from here. Again, I'm not from up here, trying to dive into a double leg and then just push kids over. And you'll find that some kids are doing that. It's okay. Just keep them doing it. Keep them learning. Try to correct them. Try to correct them. So from here, square stance, staggered stance. Staggered stance, lower that level. Back knee coming down. Hitting that knee to the mat, wrapping. Think of yourself. You're a football player. You're going to tackle that quarterback. Boom! And hit them over. Wrapping those legs and run them over. Again, a little bit slower, even from this angle here. I'm square. I'm jumping to my stagger. My knees down. If they're here, that's okay. You just got to get them from this knee here. This is the big thing to be able to teach kids. Not to leave this leg behind and drag them down to the mat. Step up. Step up. Get big and strong. And then I can run them over. Now just a simple setup for that double leg. I find that when I'm teaching little kids, I'm a little nervous or hesitant about them going to the head right away, just because then they learn how to reach or they get away and they just start headlocking. It's so crazy that as little kids, they naturally just go to a headlock first before they even learn any other moves. They may never even learn the headlock and they'll go to it first. So what I want to try and do is, I'm not going to the head first, I'm going to work on off the wrist first. So the first simple setup is just here. I'm grabbing the wrist. Okay? When I grab the wrist, I like to take my middle finger and my thumb finger and put them together and wrap them right in between the hand joint and the wrist knee. You'll feel there's a little bit of a squishy point right there. So I'll go here. Now I got a good grip on the wrist. Okay? I'll take my other hand here. Okay? Square stance, staggered stance. I'm going to open those wrists up. Okay? I'm opening up that spot. I'm level changing. I'm going into them now. I'm coming off that hands here and I'm going pushing into them. Bam! Hit that shoulder. Into that chest. Now I got to make sure I stand up. Stand up with that foot and I can run them over. From here, I'm grabbing the wrist. Okay? Open up, changing, square, staggered. Now from here, I'm level changing. I'm opening those hands up. I'm level changing in. Boom! Step up. And then I can run through. Okay? Here, I'm grabbing wrist, open, staggered. Driving through, bam! Step up. And then I can run through. I want to try and watch preventing people from falling over the top of my head. So when I'm here and I hit this double leg, I want to watch kids from doing that. Kids from doing this and bringing them over their head. I want to try and push into them and drive them. Here! And drive them. Okay, so from there, wrist. Another way of doing it is learning a wrist re-roll. Okay, so same with the setup from our wrist. Mike's going to grab my wrist. Now I'm going to come up in between his hands, wax on, wax off, grabbing the wrist. So it's a grab, re-grab, open, change into that double leg right here. And it gets people in the habits of the higher levels you wrestle, you got to work on how to clear this wrist. And then sometimes you just play a game with your partners. Well, I wrist roll, he wrist rolls. One hand, back and forth. Wrist roll, re-grab, open. So from the wrist, from a re-roll. From here, roll, open, step, bang. Step up and hip. Another beginner move in the intro level is just a sweep single leg. You learned it from the ground up, and we'll start teaching it from the ground up. So with my partner here, I'm going to line up so that my knee's on the mat, and now I'm going to aim my foot next to his foot. And now, like I said, it's going to be like that airplane. I'm spinning around his leg. My arm's going around, touching the mat. Here. Put that hand on the mat. This hand's here on the shoelaces, other hand's on the mat. Okay, from this side, I'm starting on my knees, I step up. Now from here, I'm moving around him. I'm swinging. Here, I could grab here on the knee. I could go wherever I want. Okay, I'm swinging around him. Here, hand on the mat, shoelaces. Same as our drill here. Same as our drill there. So working from that ground up. Foot's here, knees on the mat. I'm swinging around him. Here. Grab it. You can put hand on the mat here, or if you want for your kids, you can grab right behind the legs and push them over. Okay, from here, spin it. And pushing them over. Okay, starting down low, stepping here, swinging. Taking it from our feet now. I'm going to position myself, and you see Mike's feet square. I'm not going to start square, but I'm going to start here to where his foot is in between my foot here. I'm going to help myself get the angle already. Okay? So from here, I'll say I'm square, I'm staggered. Here, his foot's in between. I'm stepping forward now. Here. This back knee is lower. If they lower their back knee, that's fine. I'm here, I'm lower. Now from here, I'm working from on my feet into that sweep single. Here. You can put hand on the mat. You can grab your own hand. A grip here where they're on the shoelaces. My hand's coming over, grabbing the fat part of my hand. Or I swing around and just grab both knees. Right here. So I'm square here, toe to toe. I step out to the side, just like that line drill we did. I step out to the side and now I have an angle. I step forward, trying to get parallel to his foot and my foot. I'm swinging around him. Here. Hand here, shoelaces. Hand that's on the mat could go here, or hand here. A lot of times when you teach with little kids, if you could get them to come all the way around and grab that back knee, it's going to help them also spin and get that spin. So a different angle here. I'm square. I get out to the side here. Okay, step forward, back leg's lower. I'm not here, back leg's lower. And now I'm spinning around and grabbing. And I can finish there. From this angle. Square, step to the side, angle, step. Step, swing. Push them around. Okay, now a simple setup for that sweep single leg is just off the wrist tie. Okay, I like to have them come as if they're coming down on your head and you're catching them, like they're going to go a karate chop and I'm catching here. Okay, there's a lot of different confusion of how to grab the wrist here. Okay, this is a great way. You can throw the arm out and you can shoot, but I like to learn and teach guys where I can take it here and I turn it out. When I'm here and I turn it out, it gives me a nice little path for my hand to shoot through. Here, if I try to, I gotta really throw it out to hit the shot, or I gotta pull it across so I can get around him. If here and I go for the shot, he's got a way of blocking me. So when I grab the wrist, whether he's coming down to snap my head, I can catch, or I just reach down and catch. So I'm going pinky up, reaching down, okay? Pinky up and grabbing here, okay? Now from here, I take it. Maybe sometimes a way of teaching is I tell the kids to put the hand on the head, okay? And now I grab the hand and I roll it off, okay? This is the same position. So now I'm in the stance. I grab here, I roll it. Now from here, I'm taking that side step here, where I'm splitting that leg. His leg is in between my body now. His leg is in between my legs right here. I'm not out here. I'm helping myself get an angle. Now as I open that up, I step here, and it's the same type of finish. I'm reaching, I can reach it inside hand here, and pull myself around to here, okay, and finish. From this position here, hand goes on my head, I reach up and grab, I turn it down. Now from here, it tends to be long to reach. So I'm gonna do myself a favor, I'm gonna close the gap. Okay, I take a step with that foot, I get that angle. Okay, Everything's not going to be perfect when you wrestle live, but to get the steps down, it's okay to go slow. From here, I open, I step. I can reach inside leg, and I can go all the way around to that back leg and push him over. From here, I grab. I step here. As you start getting better, I can step here and then step right to the leg. Here. My bottom's down, my knees are bent, I'm pulling. Here. From in front of you. Grab, roll. Step, step. And reaching across. One more move from our feet is just going to work your snap spin. Okay? A great way to teach this is one person on their knees, the other person's up. I like to teach it from a wrist head, meaning I'm going to reach down now. Instead of grabbing it here, I'm going to grab it here. Right here on the wrist. My other hand is here on his head. Now from here, I'm going to pull him down to the mat. Here. And now from here, we're back into our spin drill, where I put my chest on my back, and now I move around him. I spin, I go take this ankle, and spin around him for my takedown. So from his knees, I bend, I grab the wrist, I grab his head. I'm here, I snap him down to the mat. I bring everything down. From here, I let go, I pop up onto him. I'm in my spin drill now. Here, I'm spinning. Grab the ankle here, grab the far ankle. From this side. He's on his knees, I grab the wrist, I grab the head. I snap him down to the mat. Fall on him here on my sprawl. Now from here, I'm spinning around. Grab the ankle, or grab the far ankle here. So I'm working from here. Snap, cover, spin. Grab the ankle. Coming behind him for my takedown. Now from our feet, I'm up on my feet. I grab the wrist, I grab the head. Now I'm gonna fake my shot. I'm gonna step in with my foot here. He reacts a little bit by pulling back, and now I'm gonna snap him down. And when I snap, I'm gonna snap right into my sprawl, here. I snap him right down into my sprawl. And now from here, I'm back down in that position where I was on the mat. Now from here, I'm just spinning around, tag the ankles, spin behind them, get into your positions to take them down, to go into your next move. From on the feet, maybe I even work my single leg. I fake my single leg. I snap. Hands come down to the mat. I'm covering them. I can go right here. Now I'm in my spin drill. Okay. Working from the feet. I wrist head. I fake. I snap. Pull it down to the mat. Now from here, into my spin drill. Right here, tagging those ankles. One more position. From here, I'm on an angle. I grab. I fake. I snap him down. Now from here, chest on him. I'm right here. Spin drill. Tagging those ankles. In the game portion of this instructional video, we talked about riding the bull game. That's a great move for the top position to learn how to ride, to learn how to grip. Okay? Now we'll get into a little bit more moves with it. When you go over the moves from your feet, from bottom to the top position, and you go into a season of an introductory class for younger kids in wrestling, keep it simple. You could have an idea that I'm going to teach all these moves, all this stuff, and it just backfires on you sometimes. Just because of attention spans, and sometimes they just can't do it because of strength. Okay, so try to go into that having a plan of going, these are things that I'm hoping to accomplish as a goal. If they end the season and they have an understanding that wrestling has 3 positions, they have a position on their feet, a position on bottom, and a position on top. If they can understand the rules of, I don't lock my hands on top, meaning that when I'm on top of my partner, I don't lock my hands as a penalty point. If you could end their first season where they actually know how to line up properly on top, you'll find a lot of times that they line up this way. Okay, okay, when the proper way is to line up that way. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is just how do you get lined up on top? All right, Mike, I'll have you turn to the side right here. What we're going to do first is that our knees on the mat here, okay, we'll have them put both knees on the mat. I find that helpful to start with both knees on the mat. Now, my back leg is going to step up. Now, that I found is helpful is that the first thing that goes on is their belly button. So their hand comes around and goes down to their belly button. My other hand here is going to reach across and grab their elbow. Okay? And this is the position of how we start the top position. Okay? From this view here, I line up here, both knees. I step my back foot up behind. I have my hand, it goes across the belly button, and my other hand goes on the elbow. You would be surprised at how much time it actually takes to teach a 5-year-old how to do this. Okay? From this view, I go on both knees. Okay? I step my foot up behind him. My hand goes down to his belly. My other hand goes right to his elbow. Okay? From the back view, both knees. I step up with that back foot. My hand's going around to the belly. My other hand's going to the elbow. This is the proper way to line up on the top position. Now that we understand how to line up, get into some technique moves. Probably the first move you learn as a little kid is a half. It's just a great move, and it's really a basic move that you need to know. A lot of different moves come out of a half position. Even when you get older and you're wrestling in college, you might not necessarily go into a half, but you end up in positions that are similar to a half. And a half is a great way to develop ways and learn how to pin, how to hold a person on their back and using your body to hold them. So just for the half position, I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to thread it through under the arm and on top of the head here. Okay? This is just a basic way of getting into it. I could go here, I could push his head down, I come under his hand and come right on top. Now from here, what kids have trouble doing is that they try to push them over with their belly or with their hips. So what I'm going to have them do is, I'm going to have them sink back so that their chin is right on their ribs or right on their back. Okay? Now with my free hand, I'm going to come and I'm going to grab the ankle. Now from here, I'm going to lift the ankle, pull the head down, and I'm going to run them over to his back. Right here. Now I want to end chest to chest. Now kind of a fun thing I talk about with the kids is that this hand, you see it's a little shallow? I want to wrap it up and I want to take it and pull his head up. So I'll tell the kids that when they put him on their back, I'm chest to chest, I wrap the head, and now I want to make him smell my armpit. And they'll go, ooh. So when I wrap the head and I go, make him smell your armpit, and you got to pull him up here. So his face is right in your armpit. So from the side view here, I'm here under, I push the head down, I come underneath. I'm lined up on the side of the body. My chest is on his back, my far hand grabs the near ankle. From here I lift, I drive him over. I'm pushing that head down, I drive him over. Now when you're here, they're kind of loose. You got to tell them, settle back, chest to chest. Wrap the head, make them smell your armpit. You lift his head off the mat. And from here, you learn how to get him a pin. Sometimes if we get into live wrestling, which I don't suggest doing, first practice or even the first week, maybe even the second week, we'll do even a short go and we'll play a game with this. We call the game Flip the Turtle, where he's the turtle and I'm the guy on top. So when I come here, I'm trying to flip that turtle, hands down here, here. I'm trying to flip the turtle. I'm ripping this ankle up, pushing his head down. I'm trying to flip him onto his back. Here. Hold him down, wrap the head, make him smell your armpit. One of the most basic breakdowns is a waist ankle. Okay? It's even a breakdown that we use at the college level. You'd be surprised of how many people are broken down to their belly. Okay, so the first thing we want to show is that the breakdown, and we'll get into the move from there, going back to our half. So for this, I'm going to grab a waist and an ankle, and I'm going to break Mike down all the way to his belly. Again, I get in my referee's position. My knees are down, my back leg comes up. My belly hand comes to the belly, my other hand comes to the elbow. From here, when that whistle blows, my hand that's on the belly is going to go to the ankle. My other hand that was on the elbow is going to come across to the waist. And now from here, I'm going to hike this ankle up, his bottom, and now I'm going to drive him forward. Even if I could put a knee in his bottom, I'm going to bring him forward here to his belly. And breaking him down. Other side. So you can see my hand that's on the elbow, I line up. Hand that's on the belly, hand that's on the elbow. From here, that whistle blows. I drop my waist hand to the ankle, my elbow hand to the waist. I lift, and now I drive. You see how I made an adjustment with my foot here. From here, I push it up to here. I drive him down to his belly. Right to there. From the back view, I line up. Here, whistle blows, ankle, waist. Rip and run. And break him down. Now they get into our half from that breakdown. I start in that position, I break him down to his belly, but I have a good wrestler on bottom, and he builds back up. Well, from that waist ankle breakdown, I'm going to run right out to my half, and I'm going to go and pin him. So from here, I get lined up, back leg up, waist, elbow. When that whistle blows, I drop to the ankle and waist. Now from here, I run him up, I run down to his belly. Well, he's a good wrestler, he builds up. Now I'm off to the side. I'm switching my hand here, that was on the waist from the breakdown. I come up under his arm, and I'm grabbing right on the top of that half. From here, I come to the ankle, I lift, and I run him over. Sink the arm deep, chest to chest, make him smell my armpit. This is a great basic move to start. You'll be able to find a lot of techniques on the top position. But I always started with just a half, a simple half, because you learn how to control with your body, you learn how to, a simple breakdown, and it's nice to be able to pin somebody in your first year of wrestling. So I'm here. I start, both knees down, leg comes up, waist, elbow. Whistle blows, drop the ankle, down to the waist. I rev that foot up, I run him over here to his belly. He builds up. I'm out to the side. Hand that's underneath comes up under and grabs that top of the head. Now from here, that back hand comes to the ankle, grab, lift, and put him onto his back. Now when he's from his back, I sink deep. I bring that arm up, make him smell my armpit, chest to chest, feet are wide, and get the pin. One more time where you're facing them. I'm here, referee's position, I line up. Hand on the belly, hand on the elbow. Whistle blows, ankle, waist, rip, run. He builds up, I'm out to the side. Hand comes under, other hand to the foot, the ankle, lift and run. Here, from here, cover. Make him smell the armpit. On a wrestling mat, you'll see that the center circle has two lines that go across, and it might be tough to see on film, but a green line and a red line, okay? The three different positions of wrestling: neutral, where you're on your feet. That's what these red and green lines are for, so that when you step to the center, you put a foot on each line with your partner, okay? Moving down to the bottom position of how do you get lined up, you use these angle lines right here. These lines are guidelines for where you're supposed to place your knees and where you're supposed to place your hands. Okay, the top position we went over. Okay, so the three different areas: your feet, you step on the red and green line. Bottom position, you're going to use the parallel lines here. So what these lines are is, I'm going to put my knees depending on your age and how well they're spread out, you're gonna put your knees behind these lines right here. My hands are gonna go in front of these lines, okay, in this position. This is kind of just a guide to try and be able to have a fair start, okay? That if you're here, then it's a fair start. The more closer your hands are together, okay, tends to be more powerful to be able to stand up. So what the rules are and what they find to be helpful is knees behind the lines, hands above the lines, right here. Now, there's a couple different ways of how you can line up on bottom with your toes, okay? One is you could sit on your shoelaces with your bottom on your heels, or two, you could curl your toes under and you can sit back on your heels this way. Everyone has a different philosophy of which way they like to line up. As a person on top and as you get more advanced, you can kind of tell what their first move is going to be because of the way they line up with their feet. Meaning this, if I come to the center of the mat and I see my athlete or an athlete lined up like this with their toes under and their hands here, their most likely first move is going to be as a stand-up. It's an explosive position, so they're trying to push themselves up to their feet. If I come to the center and I see that the guy on bottom is on his shoelaces here, backs around, you can kind of assume that maybe they're going to a sit-out position, okay? You could also do a stand-up from that position, but the other way is like a dead giveaway for a stand-up. Shoelaces on the mat tends to be head and chest back, looking at sit-out position, looking to kind of score from down on the mat, okay? Now, proper way to have your back. I like to think about rounding my back like a cat. So when I start on the mat here, hands are behind, my preference of shoelaces on the mat, toes on the mat, it all really kind of starts with how you taught them at a younger age. I don't mind either way, as long as they have a first move off the whistle. Okay, but from that lineup position here, okay, I'm going to show just shoelaces on the mat. I'm going to round my back like a cat, and I want to try and have as least amount of weight on my hands. The more weight I have on my hands, the more weight he could put on me from the top position. So I like to round my back like a cat, okay, have my hands as least amount of position so that I can bring my hands back and grab hand control real fast. Bring my hands back so I could go stand up or go into a sit out, okay? The least amount of pressure here, the more explosive I can be. So from this position, when you can see it from behind, my shoelaces are here, I'm here, rounded. Okay? Same type of way I'm thinking, even if I have my toes curled. If I have my toes curled, I still want to have least amount of weight on my hands. Okay? Or I'm on my toes here. Now it's a really, really explosive stand up from here. Boom! Where I'm able to stand up. And a lot of those positions I can learn with all my wall drills. I'm here, I'm lined up, my toes are curled, my bottom is kind of sagged right in between my legs here, my feet here. I got least amount of weight on my hands, and now I'm ready to stand up. So from here, using the lines, using the guidelines, toes are curled, knees are behind the line, least amount of weight on here. Back is curled. This is a great position to start your wrestling. Great explosion. And I'm thinking about when that referee blows that whistle, one of the first moves you learn is a stand-up, which I'm going to show you. It's like the referee's blowing the gun and the sprinter's off the blocks. That whistle blows, boom, I'm up. I'm up, and I'm good in strong position here. Feet coming up. Toes curled, least amount of weight. From this position here, toes are curled, little weight on my hands, back's round like a cat, and I'm ready to explode up to my feet. Boom! Exploding up to my feet. And that's the proper way to get lined up on bottom. The first move that you learn as a first-year wrestler for bottom is a stand-up. Okay, we went over the proper position of how you start yourself on the bottom position, using the guidelines provided to you on the mat. Okay, now we're going to show you just 2 simple moves off of it. First being that stand up. For this technique, I'm gonna show you of using it while my toes are curled, meaning I'm gonna get lined up here as opposed to here. Okay? So when the match starts or this position starts, I have the opportunity or the time to get myself set. I don't have a lot of time, but I have enough time to get myself set. So he can't jump on me while I'm trying to get set up. Okay, so I have that chance. So I'm preparing myself for my first move. I think about when I come to the center of the mat and I'm on bottom, I'm preparing myself from my position of what my first move is going to be. And that first move for me is going to be a stand-up. So before he's able to come on me, I'm prepping myself, putting myself in the best position possible to explode. I'm going to have little weight on my hands. My bottom sucked right in between my heels right here. My back is round. I'm ready, primed and ready. The referee will say, bottom man set. I give him a nod. I let him know I'm set. Now, my partner's going to come on top of me. Same way, both knees down, back leg up, flip back grip. Flip back grip. Hand on that elbow, and I'm here. All right? Now, I'm trying to get that most weight off as possible. Now, the first move I want to do is an inside leg stand-up. So from here, I'm going to explode my head and chest back. As I'm coming back, I'll see I'm pushing off of him. I'm going to take hand control, meaning hand control. I'm going to grab his 4 fingers with my grip right here. I'm not going to try and grab his wrist or his whole hand. I'm trying to grab those 4 fingers right across my belly. My other hand is coming back, and I'm looking at what's called sealing off. I'm sealing off his arm so that he can't come underneath here. Remember the half that I taught? He could come up and grab that half. Or if he's a real advanced wrestler, look to re-grab my wrist. And now I'm in a whole lot of trouble. So from that position, I'm here, I'm set. When that whistle blows, my back and chest are going up, my elbow's coming back. I'm thinking about almost hitting him in the chest with my elbow. My hands grabbing hand control, my head and chest come back. Now as I'm exploding, my bottom's coming off my heels, my foot steps up. Okay, now you gotta have a good partner, and this is why wall drills are really good with little kids, because they can't hold you up. From here, he pushes me into me, we push up to my feet. Now notice that I'm in a staggered position. This is a bad position. This is a bad position. I'm staggered and this hip's forward. I peel this hand off my body, put it in my back pocket, I turn, I cut away onto my feet from here. From this position, as you can see, toes are curled, I'm back, I'm in good position. My partner comes on top of me. I explode, I come back pressure here. He pushes into me, I come up to my feet. Hand in my back pocket, and then I cut away, down and away. Now, I'm not going to use the lines for this drill just so that you have a better camera view. I'm lining up on the side. My toes are curled, my bottom is set right in between my legs. My hands are flat here, little weight on them, back's round like a cat. He comes on top of me. Waist, elbow. That whistle blows, my head and chest are going back. As I'm coming back, I'm tagging hand control, slapping it. Elbows coming back, inside leg, the leg that's on the inside, standing up, right here. Now this is good position, strong back. Now I'm feeling his pressure, so I gotta keep myself from going hunched over. I'm pushing back into him. I'm looking even up. You can help your young wrestlers by looking up, not down at the mat. From here, my partner pushes into me, and I come up. Now I'm in this staggered position. Hips are away, take the hand off, down position, put it in my back pocket, and now I'm turning out into that position. Okay. One more angle over here. Good position, strong. Here, back's round. Whistle blows. Boom, boom. Up. Coming up to my feet, staggered, heel, cutting away. Another simple and basic move is your sit-up position. Okay, I'm gonna get lined up, hands on here, using the guidelines of the mat. Okay, for this, I'm gonna show you just a different way of sitting on my shoelaces. So my bottom's on my heels, my shoelaces are on the mat. Again, I'm here, my hands are out here. Okay, my partner comes on top of me. Now listen, you can do this with toes curled. You can do it any way you want. Okay, hands here. Now my partner is gonna come on top of me. He's lined up. Now from here, it's all about back pressure. I'm gonna do what's called a swisher to a sit out. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm swishering my feet out. So my bottom is gonna come off my heels a little bit. I'm swishering out. Okay, kind of like windshield wipers. They're swishering out to the side. Okay, some people use the example of a fishtail. Okay, I'm pushing up here and getting a little weight off my heels. I'm swishering, I'm fishtailing those feet out. Now from here, I'm sitting back over, pushing back into a sit-out position. Just like I was on my feet, I'm taking hand control here, and I'm keeping the inside of my elbow in here tight. Now from here, it's gonna be the same as our wall drill. It's a little bit tougher for kids to get pushed forward and come all the way up to their feet. So we're gonna do just a simple hip heist drill. From here, I'm putting my back pressure, I'm getting my bottom up to the ceiling, and now from here, I'm hip heisting into the waist hand. Coming up to my feet. Okay. I'll go ahead and show it from the side and with my toes curled. I'm here, I'm sitting in, you know, here, I get weight off my heels, I swisher my feet to the side, here. Now from here, I'm pushing back over my legs, pushing back, sealing off, taking hand control. Now, a big key point is that my knees are bent and my heels are dug in. What I don't want to do is leave my feet out here like this. Then I get crunched over here. And it's really hard for me to do a hip heist. So my heels are in here tight. Okay, now from here, I'm pushing into them with my neck and my back. I'm getting my hips up to the ceiling. Now from here, I'm hip heisting. Just like I would in my wall drills, the same type of hip heist. So from here, from this position, all I do here, my shoelaces on the mat. I get up a little bit, I swisher my feet. Swisher my feet, now push into them, and I'm out. Here. Elbows back. If this hand happens to come underneath, it's okay. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna grab it, I'm gonna push it out of there. I'm gonna go cross grab. He grabs underneath, I grab that hand, I push it out right here. From here I have hand control. I'm in a good strong sit-up position. I'm even looking up a little bit, because if I look down, I tend to go down. I'm looking up, I'm pushing, and I'm hip heisting out of there. Okay. One more time.
Show from this angle.
Yeah. Referee's position here. I swish on my feet. I push back. I grab. Up. Swisher. Here. Referee's position. Rounded. Here. Swisher. Push back. I'm here. If he's underneath, I take it. I put it out. Hips up. Swisher and hip heist.